coastal prairies of East Texas have a deep history of goose hunting and guiding that goes back over 100 years. For generations, waterfowl enthusiasts have flocked to Texas in search of the ultimate hunting experience. But does that still exist today?
Give him hell, boys. Give him hell right there. Give him hell.
Well, we traveled to Campo to find that answer while we goose hunt with some men who had guided in this area during the heyday.
Give it to him, boys. Kill him. Kill him, Josh.
Buster's Jason the Egrets.
Give it to him, boys.
Mitch, I'm putting these by you so she doesn't compete.
We talked about this, man. Get to him, boys.
We went out this morning and had what I consider to be a good hunt for today. But you and I were sitting there talking. We'd have a bunch of snows come by. And then it would be 15, 20 minutes before we see another bunch. And we were talking about when we were young, there was never a time from the time the sun came up till you got out of the field that you couldn't either see or hear geese.
Yeah, those laws didn't exist. You go put your hunters out, you get them all set up, and the whole time you're putting out the spread, you're listening to 5, 10, 20,000 geese over here, and you hear another roost of them get up because an eagle or a coyote ran through them over here. And by the time you can see all you can see is geese.
Right.
It seemed like someday, it wasn't like that every day. A day like this, it would have been a little bit different, but you wouldn't have gone 5 minutes without hearing or seeing geese within, what did you say, maybe a half a mile.
Right.
They were everywhere.
We were talking about, I would get home after a goose hunt to take a nap, and I would lay down, and I'd still have geese ringing in my ears, like tinnitus. And now you can still find, there's still pockets here, obviously.
This is Humble. This is Humble birds.
These guys have it down here, but you know, the fact that you can now drive from Houston to El Campo on 59 and not see a goose.
Yeah.
Who would have thought that was possible?
I want to ask you, both of you a question. We saw what they're using to hunt these geese now. And if we had had that equipment, those decoy setups back then, how much better? Rag on a stick, newspapers over rice
Rag
stuff.
on a stick was high tech.
Like make your own rice stuff.
I thought of that today as we were going out there in that side by side pulling a trailer.
Oh yeah,
And
there's those too.
all of us look back on. I start out with rag, literally diapers. Right. We didn't have side by sides. We didn't have three wheelers. We didn't have
shoulders.
We had our shoulders, and you would drive as far as you could without getting stuck.
Yeah.
And sometimes you drove a little past where you
And you leave it there to go hunt too.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
And then you would have to put that stuff on your shoulders and
Trip after trip after
multiple
Every day.
trips, and you'd have to walk. You know, there's no GPS, no anything. And we've all had the
Lost in the fog?
Lost in the fog.
More than once.
You walk out into a field and you find yourself right back where you started, but you're carrying rags, decoys, and you had to do it by foot, on foot, because I can't remember if it was Marvin Tyler who said it or Clifton. I think Clifton told me Marvin said it.
Right.
He said when three-wheelers came out, four-wheelers came out, he said, he added 15 years to the life of the goose guy. And there's a lot of truth to that. But how would we hunt the place we hunted the last 2 days? It would have been lots of trips. And guys our age could.
Very tough, yeah.
You're tough, you could do it, but I can't do it anymore.
I would have loaded you up.
And,
Yeah, I know. Yeah, here all my stuff.
But
Make
you're
two
right.
trips if you need to.
The technology, the movement decoys, the ability to put out that many decoys in a short time, the technology's changed. If we'd have had all this gear back then,
Just give me
Just
the
a
four-wheeler.
four-wheeler.
That's all I want. And that's all I need.
not a side, just give me a four-wheeler.
Yeah.
We're here at El Campo with Waterfowl Specialties, and we're all impressed with what we've seen because we've covered the prairie and seen zero. We see how they manage the combination of pressure, roost water, and habitat, and we've seen a lot of geese, and we've had a really good goose.
Two good hunts, yeah.
They're working hard to produce that. A lot of people that are still stuck in that model going, I've got a rice field, I'm going to lease it to somebody. They're going to have a lot of bad hunts. But if they approach goose hunting the way we've started in the last 20 years approaching duck hunting, there's a chance we'll get some nice pockets of birds for folks to shoot again, just like we've seen.